You're like, this did not happen. This did not happen. What? Hey guys, Rich Ferguson here, and I'm really excited today because today I'm going to teach you how to read minds. Well, not really. I'm going to show you ways to do some awesome mind reading tricks without spending 20 years mastering body language and influence. You guys, make sure you subscribe to this video. We're going to do a giveaway at the end, and let's do this. All right, guys, hey, thanks for joining us here. I'm so excited about these tricks. This first one is a mind reading trick, prediction meets a card trick, and I'm joined here with our friend Danny, and we're gonna do this really cool mind reading trick. What you're gonna do is shuffle up the cards. Go ahead and shuffle them up. If you don't know how to shuffle, fake it. Just mix them up. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna deal onto the table and stop whenever you want. Don't make me influence you. You don't have to stop at the 9th card. You do not have to stop at the 9th card.
Okay.
No, you can anywhere you want. Just go deal on here. Stop when you want. And I will point out, I have a prediction right here, so check this out. I'm going to open it up, and this is going to freak you out. I open it up, and inside of here, it clearly says 10 of hearts. Now, I don't know if it's possible. We're going to see what happened. You dealt the card. They were mixed up. You shuffled them. I haven't touched them. Let's see if it's the 10 of hearts. What? 10 of hearts. What? Okay, here's how I do it. They're all 10 of hearts. It's like, oh shit, that's not how it works.
Wait, no.
Hey, that would be a cool way, but it's not. All right, guys, you want to learn it? So there's a couple methods you can do. And I started off with it already pre-done. You don't have to have it pre-done. You can set this up right in front of somebody. So you can shuffle up the cards. All you're going to do is take one card out previously, and it could be the Jack of Clubs, it could be anything you want. So let's just say it's, well, let's just do the 10 of hearts again. Why not? So where's that 10 of hearts? There it is. So what I did is I took the 10 of hearts out ahead of time. I put the cards back in the pack. That was that. They're sitting over here. And what you didn't notice is I had this thing sitting under here the whole time. I know, it just pisses you off, right? It's like, oh, come on, the cringe is real. But you guys, listen to me. Just because the secret is so stupid, don't underestimate the power of what just happened, because there could have been 100 ways you could have accomplished that. This is just how it's being done this time. No influence, no sleight of hand, no trick decks, no manipulation. It's just simple, right? So what you're gonna do is put this on the back of the card, put the card on the back of this notepad, but make sure it's not like that, because otherwise they're gonna see it and you're gonna look stupid. So make sure it's hidden. I like to put it over the edge of something that's floating like this, so I can get my hand under it quickly and move without having to adjust and worry that this is going to fall off. So this is under here. Now what I should have done is talked about predictions and influence and made it look like I'm going to influence his decisions. So I could have done this. I'm going to try something. I'm going to make you pick a particular card in that deck. I know the order of the cards right now. I'm going to have you mix them up, and I'm going to make you control the cards in such a way that the card's going to stop exactly in a particular spot, and then I'm going to have you deal to that spot, all under my control.
I'm really going to shuffle up this time.
And watch this. I'll even prove it. I'm going to make a prediction right now. And then you open up the pad, and this is the opportunity to actually, for the first time, show the pad's empty, flip it up, don't let them see, and then write 10 of hearts or whatever the force card is. Boom, boom, boom. And now this is even more believable because you've seen me do that. Place this down, now you're set up. So you would shuffle up the cards, you would deal until you stopped, and then I would say, are you sure you want to stop there, or do you want to go more? And half the time they go more, 1 or 2 cards. That's actually great, because then you go, oh, perfect, you're done? You know, it's just a funny way to mess with people, right? Because it's all about having fun. It's all about your personality. It's all about just dressing this up. So they stop, and now once you have stopped, so why don't you help us out? Just deal just a few cards on the table right here. You sure you want to stop there? You want to go further, or are you good?
I'll do one more.
Are you sure? Okay, now check this out. I told you ahead of time I had this prediction right here. And now you see what I did? I just picked it up and I threw it on there. I didn't make a big deal about it. And if you make a big deal about it, you're going to blow your cover. You can't go, now I'm going to take this notepad and I'm going to place it on the card that you stopped at. You've killed the trick, right? It's a non-moment. You just got to check this out. Now I made a prediction earlier. I'm going to show you for the first time. And I bring this up, and it's very important that I bring it up to show him or bring it up to show the friends, because I take it away from this. I bring it up and I go, watch. Boom, 10 of hearts. If you stopped at a 10 of hearts, that would be crazy, right? I'm almost afraid to look. Let's see. And then you look, boom, 10 of hearts. Isn't that cool? It's crazy, right? It's magic. All right, guys. Now, of course, if you don't want to do a full prediction with something written, you can just do a mental version of this. You can have something hidden, a card hidden behind the card case, under a book, under your phone, under a plate, and when you lay it on there to mark where they've stopped, then you can talk to them and say, okay, you stopped at a particular card. I don't know what it is. Let me try to figure it out. You can make it a different kind of trick altogether. I just wanted to point out that you don't have to hide it behind a notepad. You don't have to write a prediction. I just think this is the best use of this together because this really sells it really well. This is awesome. All right, guys, this is such a simple and powerful mind reading trick. You're going to grab a book, and it could be almost any book. The bigger, the better. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn to somebody, and I'm going to stick a piece of paper on here, a little notepad, and I'm going to have him come up with any word or symbol or anything you want out of this book. Danny, what you're going to do is you're going to go through the book like this, riffle through it, and find a word you like. It doesn't matter. And you can verify to the people at home. It's not a trick book. All the words are different. You're going to find a word you like. Nothing too big. I mean, something you can write down quickly, like Daisy or whatever you want. And you're going to write it on here. I will not look.
Right.
And then what you're going to do when you're done, tear this off, fold it up in a ball, and hide it behind you so that I can ask for it later to prove if I'm right or wrong. Because I don't want you to have to switch it. That's the reason we do this a lot of times, because if you don't write it down and I guess it, or if even if I'm close, you'll be like, nope, that's not it. And you change your mind. That's not fair, especially if you're thinking of 2 or 3 words. So here's what you're going to do. Go ahead and look through the book, come up with a word you like, take your time, and then when you're done, go ahead and write it on there, and I won't look. I mean, just take your time. Hold it up, take it away. Perfect. So now we have proof. Okay, fantastic. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to look through the book and I'm going to show you just a couple things you could have done now. So you could have picked small words, you could have picked big words. I mean, look at this. There's what, hundreds of pages here, and I just don't know what you could have picked. This is tough. I know you were somewhere toward the center of the book. This is really tough, man. I don't know where your eyes were looking. I wasn't looking, but I know you opened it toward the center. I just am perplexed. I'm going to go with. I'm just going to try something, man. I'm going to try this. Think about your word. Think about if it's like 1 syllable, 2 syllables, or 3 syllables, 4 syllables. Look at me. Think about how many parts to your word in your mind. Just count it out, like watermelon. Do it in your mind. You got it? Okay, see what he did? He actually went, so I know it's like about 3. I know it's somewhere around there. I know it's not a small word. I know it's not a big word. Think about the first letter of your word. Like if it's an A, a B, a Z, just the first letter, the shape of it. Like think of the first letter. You got it? Okay, I got it. It's like a G. I'm getting like a G shape, like a C or a G, like a G-E-R, like a Gerald or Geraldo's or something like that.
What?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that actually it?
Yeah.
That's what I was getting. It's What's Geraldo's? What is that? Geraldo's. Dude, that is really difficult. Wow. You want to learn how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, here's how it works. Everybody picks Geraldo's. You'll just open it up and the first word you'll come to is Geraldo's.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Then there must be another explanation. All right, okay, there is another explanation, guys. It's so simple. Please don't hate me. Just do the trick and enjoy it. All right, guys, you got to get a book that has a cover on it like this, okay? And I know the first thing you were thinking of when you wrote on here with a pen is that maybe you pressed hard enough that it dented the paper. It didn't. You can't see anything on there. There's so many scuffs on this book. You can't. That's not how it's done. But it is very important that they use a ballpoint pen, not a marker, not a felt pen. It has to be something that's going to scratch because you are cheating. Inside the front of the book right here, you open it up. Lo and behold. I know. It's like, oh, it just hurts, right? It hurts in your soul. Right here is a piece of carbon paper, a little sheet of it, like a 5 by 5 inch piece, face up, taped to the book. And then, of course, across from that, taped on the inside of the jacket, is a piece of paper. And guess what happens? When they write on it, that transfers across. Now, I will say it transfers across backwards. What I did not do with you is tell you to print it. I should have, because if you were to do cursive backwards, it's pretty difficult to read. But I was clear to say, don't pick an insanely big word. Make it quick so you can write it down fast. That's because I don't want to have to decipher a huge word backwards. So I did at least influence you that way. But it is nice if you tell someone to print, or if you happen to know that's how they are. If they're like an engineer, if they're a friend of yours and you know they print, don't worry about it. But I would instruct a person to print clearly so that we can show it on camera later, or give a reason why you would want to have them print clearly. So I'm just going to write on here, love. Okay, I wrote love. So he writes it on there, he folds this up and hides it for later. Now the justification for this is brilliant. You say, the reason we're writing on the piece of paper is because I want to make sure I got proof that that's your word. I don't want you switching it on me later. And then it completely covers your basis, because otherwise, why do we need to write it down at all, right? Well, it's because you need to. So let's just say you're hiding that. Now here's the beauty. Here's how I peek the information. I can't do this. Your word is love. I can't do that. That's not a good magic trick, you guys. If you do this and it's successful, please let me know. I want to hear about it. But here's what's going to happen. You open up the book to verify to them, look, man, you could have picked lots of words. There's so many pages in this book. I'm going to try to get an idea of what you would have done. And when I do this, come around to my side and see what I'm seeing. See what I do? I open up the book really far and I push open the outside jacket and I'm looking right at the word right there. And I have to take a moment to read it backwards, but it says love. And then I just go like this and I show him again. You could have picked small words. You could have picked big words. Some people like to stop at the chapters and pick the big word there because it stands out. I don't know what you did, but you picked a particular word for some reason. Let me try to figure out what your word is. Well, now I know the word. Now I can try to write it as well and pretend I'm looking into their mind. I could make it appear in some way if there happens to be a heart on the wall, or if there's something I could tie it into. If, just use your imagination. This is the freedom, because now you know the word. Do what you want. But what's really cool is just to kind of like play with them and think about how many syllables. Like, think about if your word's like 1 or 2 or 3, 4 syllables, like superstition. Think about it in your mind. You got it? And if they just go quick, you can BS your way through it and go, okay, I sense that was pretty quick in your mind, so it's probably like a 1-syllable word. So you can see the flexibility here. A lot of these techniques are legitimate, but you mix it with the BS and you got yourself this awesome miracle. You guys, just do this. I promise you, it'll fool people. Just be careful that when you open this up to peek, don't do that and show them. Keep that to yourself when you peek, and then make sure the book is tight when it's back toward them, because the last thing you want to do is go, look at this amazing trick. I'm going to show you something impossible, as they sit there and stare at your carbon paper. All right, guys, let's check out the next trick. All right, bro, are you ready to have your mind read?
Yeah.
Okay, it's happened a couple times already today, but this time it's legit, okay? No tricks, no books, no mirrors and strings. It's just me and you and a piece of paper. We're going to try something. Here's what you're going to do. I want you to write something down in the center of this, and then tear it off, and then I want you to fold it up in quarters when you're done. When you're done, you're going to fold it up and then fold it up again so it's hidden. Go ahead and write something down. Think of something to you that's it's personal. Like, don't do it yet. Like a number, a girl you first dated, it could be your favorite movie, just something small that you can write on there concisely, and a symbol. It could be anything. Fold that baby up and then tell me when you're done. And I'm not going to look. I could even leave the room right now, but for video purposes, I'm just going to turn away. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to look away, write something down, and then when you're done, put the pen down, fold the paper up, tear it off, and fold it in quarters again. You're taking your time. This is going to be complex, I could tell already.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're done. Fold it in half with the prediction inside, and fold it in half again, so there's no way I can see it. And I do wanted to show you that this isn't like a trick pad. It's not going through with a piece of carbon paper, in which, by the way, you could put a small piece of carbon paper here and it would be on the next page. That's not what I did. I could try to maybe see if I can see that reflection. I can't. You can see. I can't. You can see there's a circle, but I can't. I have no idea what you did. So you have your prediction in there. I haven't seen it. It's folded up, so there's no way for me to get to it. We're going to try something crazy. Watch this. I have this little lighter in this container. We're going to rip this into quarters. I'm not going to look. Just like this. Perfect. And we're going to put the pieces in here. Can you do me a favor? Can you burn those? Go ahead and try to burn them. I'm going to look away because I don't want to have to get a peek of something. All right, so because we're indoors, I didn't want to keep this burning like crazy, so we've stopped it just for demonstration purposes, but typically you'd want this to just burn so there's no evidence left. So then when this is all done, you turn back and say, all right, think about your word. You've written in here, it's been burned, and you can even grab some of the smoke and pretend like you're playing with that mystically, and then you grab a notepad and you start rubbing with the ash. You start rubbing it on here, like I'm getting something now. Yes, I see it. And you start kind of playing with the ash, have some fun with this thing, and ultimately what you're going to do is draw something or write something. And I'm going to do this. I think I have it. I'm getting like a symbol, like a fish of some sort. Does that ring a bell? Does it? Seriously? I have like a fish? Okay, sometimes the magic and mind reading doesn't kind of work because this is real. I mean, I don't know what he thought of. This is real magic, so I'm trying to tap in. I'm getting energy. I apologize. I got like a fish. It's like this fish floating by. That makes sense? Oh, you know what? No, it's not a fish. I apologize. That's a tennis racket, and that's a tennis ball. Oh, it's a tennis.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's tennis, you guys. Yeah. It's not a fish. I totally blew that, but I recovered at the end there. Okay, did you actually write down tennis?
Yeah, I wrote tennis. So I'm gonna go play tennis in a few minutes.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, guys, you want to learn it?
What?
I know, it's crazy, right? All right, well, Let me just go ahead and reach behind me right here on the ground because I ditched down something earlier.
Ah, good.
Yeah, so to start with, I never threw this in the paper, in the pile here. It never got burned. But how did I do that? It's very simple. There's many, many methods to this, and I'm going to show you the basic method so you don't have to spend years mastering this. You should be able to do this today, and it's so cool. You ready? All right, guys, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to get a little piece of paper, and it doesn't matter if it's a note card or these little stick-on pads. It doesn't really matter whatsoever. What you're going to do is make sure when it's folded up in quarters that the center is contained, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this circle right here could represent, let's say, like a crystal ball. There's really lots of justifications for you drawing this, but what you're doing is just saying, hey, can you write something on here, right here? And it could be something important to you. It could be a friend's name. It could be your PIN to your credit card. It could be anything, and then have them do that. And once they're done, let's just say they wrote down love. What you do is instruct them to fold it in half, and then in half again. And guess what? If you think about this, that circle is right there. If I was to unfold that, that's 1/4 of that circle right here. So there's the full circle. So if you imagine that folded up, this corner where there's no ends free is automatically the center of the page. It's automatically going to include what you wrote, always. So if I was to tear that in half and keep track of that corner, I always can control it. So look, it goes on top, and then I tear it again. It's right there, right? I put it here, and then I drop these into your hand, into a fireplace, into the dish, and when I do that, this is the special move. This is what I'm going to keep. All the rest drop, and I'm going to keep that part. But you don't want to hold it like this because they'll see it. But what you're going to do is just put your thumb on it and pull back when you drop, and it just stays in your hand. Perfect, and we're going to put the pieces in here. Can you do me a favor? Can you burn those? That's all you got to do. It's very simple. So I walk away with your full prediction, right? How rad is that? So what's so cool about this is you draw back this centerpiece, you drop the rest in their hand or into a fireplace or whatever, while they're busy dealing with that, like burning it or chewing it up or throwing it away, you have this right here in your hand, and now while you're looking at them and talking, you could be unfolding this literally in the palm of your hand and then take a peek at it. Or what I did with him is while he was burning it, I just did it right down here by my legs and just tossed it behind me. No one ever caught a thing because you're busy burning paper. And then from there, the rest is all dressing. You can act it up, play it up any way you want. Once you know their word, have fun with it and create your own magic. All right, guys, this next one is high tech. We're going to use a calculator. And what you can do is borrow a friend's calculator and from their phone, and you just do it. It is so, so cool. It could be done in any way. It could be predicting a phone number. It could be predicting just a random number. You can do this any way you want. Let me show you the gist of how it works, and then I'll show you how you set it up. So I had asked you a minute ago if you have a favorite number, and it was
345.
345. What's the significance of that? Because you're a math major, you said.
The Pythagorean triple.
Okay, so it's high-tech stuff. If you don't know what that is, Pythagorean triple refers to, it's a type of play in baseball. I'm not going to get into it right now. It's a long story. But anyways, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try something. I have a calculator here, and I'm going to multiply some numbers. Can you give me a two-digit number?
44.
Okay, 44 times, and give me another two-digit number?
13.
13, and then I'm going to multiply that by a three-digit number. Can you give me a three-digit number?
999.
999 and 9 times, and then one more three-digit number. 721 8231 84. Don't let me influence you. 881 850 850. Okay, here we go. 850. Now I'm going to divide that and give me a four-digit number.
7624.
7624. Fantastic. It equals, and we have a result of 345. That's the Pythagorean triple play, mind reading game phenomenon. You look puzzled as a math major. You look like pissed or something. You're like, this did not happen. This did not happen.
What?
No, I knew what the number was going to be at the end, and I influenced you to pick the right numbers to make the math work out.
What?
I know, it's weird, right? All right, guys, so here's the deal. You can borrow a person's phone for this. You're going to hate me for this. This is so stupid, but so brilliant and wonderful at the same time. Here's something that some people don't realize about the iPhone, especially the iPhone calculator. Other phones do this as well, but if you turn it sideways, it's a scientific calculator. So that allows you to do brackets and all that. So it allows you to set up a formula-based setup that allows it to always be the answer you want. So the gist of it is this. You can borrow someone's phone, and as you're talking to them, you can just casually type in a number, like a phone number. 9 digits, 8 digits, whatever, 7 digits, depending on if you want area code, whatever. Type in a person's age. If you know information about them, like they happen to got a certain score on a test. You can do anything, you guys. So let's just say it's, in his case, his favorite number, 345. I just do 345, that's it. And then I type plus 0 times. And the best thing to do to get rid of that little box that's on the times is to turn it sideways and hit the bracket. But what's really cool is you can just do this, just hit 0, because his number plus 0 times anything forever, once you hit equals, reverts back to his number. It's so cool, as long as you don't do plus and minus along the way, because there's the order of operations you got to consider too if you don't do the bracket. If you do the bracket, you're in good shape. If you don't do the bracket, this is what you want to do. A special number, a prediction, plus 0 times 0, and it's ready to go. So type in your special number, in this case 345, plus 0 times 0, and then you're set to go to multiply and divide all you want. So make them do like 3 digits times 3 digits times 2 digits divided by 4 digits equals, boom, the special number. Isn't that awesome? Now I will, as a caveat here, real quick, I will say, if you want to put your phone number in and do a prediction with the girl, like have her have a calculator and you have a calculator, say I can get your phone number. And like, you know, like, and have her type in a number and do all this garbage back and forth and then ends up with your phone number. And you're like, wait, is this your phone number? And then say no, like, wait, what? Like, what's your phone number? And then she tells you her phone number because she's proven that yours is wrong. And, well, that's crazy. Well, my phone number is such and such. It's right there. And she's like, what? So you could like, I'm telling you, make up whatever you want with this. Just enjoy the setup and the ease of this. Borrow someone's phone, hit clear, make sure it's cleared out, set it up, you're good to go. All right, for this next one, I'm going to have you shuffle up the cards so you know they're not in a particular order. And we're going to do a little bit of mind reading with the playing cards. Nicely done, sir. Like a real tennis player.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Cards are in no particular order. I'm going to put my hand up like this so I can't see. What you're going to do is look at the cards as they go by, and I want you to just remember a card. That's all you got to do. Not the bottom card, because we can all see at home that's the Ace of Hearts in this case. So I'm just going to go through the cards like this. Just remember a card, but don't tell anybody. You got one? You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. They go fast. I can't see what's going on. So just remember a card as they go by, and just tell me when you got one in your mind. You got one? We're going to try a little experiment. There's lots of cards here. I don't know what you picked. You could have picked a high card. You could have picked a low card. Ooh, like the Ace of Spades. That's actually one of my favorites. You could have. I don't know if you did. I'm going to go with, I'm going to say you picked, see, oh, this is it. I can tell by feel. Your card is a 2. No? It's not. Okay, can you just hold that for a second? It's not a 2. Is it close to a 2? It's a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 3 of hearts. 3 of spades.
No, you got it. Yeah, 3 of hearts.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me fix this. Let me take the 3 of hearts from here. Let me shoot it across to there.
Wait. Wait.
Oh, that's weird. That's really awkward. That was not supposed to happen. That's the first time that's happened. That's so awkward. You look completely stunned right now. You look really. This is legitimately stunned. This is my cameraman's friend. I don't know this guy. I just met him today. You want to learn it? Are you afraid to learn it?
Yeah.
You look like prematurely disappointed already. All right, here we go. We're going to do it. So here's what's going to happen. So you shuffle up the cards. Legitimately shuffle them. It doesn't matter. You guys, it doesn't matter what the order of the cards are. Now, I'm going to let you know right now, there's a couple of these methods floating around where you riffle through the cards and it's always the last card that they peek at because you hold that card a beat longer. There's also a method where one card is shortened by just a little bit. You take a pair of scissors and you chop off just a 1/16 of an inch of one card. You stick it in the deck, and then you know the card right past that card is the forced card because the deck will go pop and stop at that particular card. That's cool. This is a way to do it anytime, anywhere with a regular deck of cards, a regular person. He's not a robot, I promise. And here's what's going to happen. They shuffle up the cards, and I put up a thing like this so I can't see, and I riffle through the cards like this. The hardest part for this, for those people who aren't really used to playing with cards, is doing this without shooting the cards everywhere. Because riffling the cards without them being against anything is a little bit of a knack. What you have to do is wrap your fingers around the cards a little bit deeper than normal. You don't want to hold them like this. You want to have your fingers around the bottom like that so there's something holding them. That's it. So all you're going to do is riffle the cards with one hand. And it's important that it's one hand because you need your other hand completely free to make sure you're blocking it so you can't see, which is all BS because here's what's going to really happen. come around to my side and look at it from my perspective. So then what happens is you riffle the cards like that toward them with your hand blocking it. Well, what you're really doing, obviously, is looking right there, and I can see every single card that's going by. That's phase one. Now, the trick is this: stopping for a beat on 1 or 2 cards. So I know you picked that ace or that 5. You had no choice because the rest are a blur. So I'll go like this. I'll say, just remember 1 card. And I know it's a 3 of diamonds or a 4 of diamonds. I know it because that's what you saw, because that's what I saw. And then at that point, I can go through the cards, and I have now the flexibility to set up the deck any way I want to finish the trick. So in this case, I know he picked 1 of 2 cards, and I like to have that flexibility. I like to go through and then pause again. I think it makes it look more random. I like the tension, and I also like the difficultiness of having 2 choices for me, and it could be 1 card, it could be the other, because then I can play with them. I can be like, I can tell your card's kind of like a high card, and he goes, no, I'm like, I'm not getting it. Now I know what's the other card, right? In this case, it's a 3 of diamonds and 4 of diamonds. Now it's beautiful because that's even, I couldn't even asked for that because it's perfect. So watch this. If I take out the 3 of diamonds and 4 of diamonds, I wouldn't do it so obviously. I would just kind of go through the cards and stick them on top. But so if I have a 3 of diamonds and 4 of diamonds, check this out. You could put a 3 on top and a 4 on the bottom, and now you can make one of those 2 cards appear almost instantly by pulling it out via palming, or if you know how to shoot a card out of the deck. There's so many different ways to make this card pop out. But let's just say, in this case, I know it's the 3 or the 4 of diamonds. I could go like this. I go, I'm sensing something with this card. I'm thinking that's your card. And if he says yes, the trick's over and it's a miracle. How did you know what he was thinking, right? Now, if it wasn't his card, it's even better, because in Magic, mistakes improve the magic. And here's why: because now you get an additional bonus effect. That's not your card. Was I close? And he goes, yep. I go, let's try this. Here, can you just hold on to it for a second? I just switched the card to the actual card, giving you twice the magic, mind reading, and sleight of hand. So all I had to do, you guys, is pull over 2 cards as one, and then show that card. If it's it, great. If not, turn it back over, and then give him the card that it is. So I love this effect with the addition of 1 pause, 2 pauses, and that beat is just like this. It's blurry, this little stop. It's not like this. It's not. You guys, give this big thumbs up. You know this is awesome. Don't pretend like you've seen this before, even though you have seen it before. That version sucks, and this version's better. So smash that like button. And now it's Mannequin Challenge. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed those 5 mind-reading tricks. And right now, I'm predicting that you're going to smash that like button and share this video with everyone you know. Do it now. Do it! All right, so now it's time for a giveaway. I'm going to give away my classic pack of Ferguson playing cards along with a 32-page booklet of tricks you can do to impress your friends. So if you want to be part of the giveaway, just comment down below and just let me know you've liked and shared this video, and I'll pick one of you and I'll send this off. Catch you guys next week. Peace.